The president confirmed something that many of us had suspected after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Beyond the anti-fascist motivations Tyler Robinson revealed on his bullet casings, there was also a trans element to this shooting. Trump revealing the killer lived with a trans girlfriend, that's a male identifying as a female. And the problem, of course, is very clear here. The bowels of the far left have produced a very dangerous cult in this country. The misfits, the weird kids embracing trans as some kind of a crutch, and many other oddities as well are becoming violent, and they are lashing out. Church shootings, school shootings, assassinations. In addition to a trans attraction, Charlie Kirk's killer also had a furry fixation, according to the New York Post, attracted to people who dress up as animals. Here's the trans girlfriend of the killer dressed up in a dog costume. These are the angry today. These are the violent. And the weird is not the problem. The violence is the problem, and it's now very clear that this country has a serious problem with violence from the darkest and most bizarre corners of the far left.
The problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right, like some people like to say. You look at the scum that speaks so badly of our country, the American flag burnings all over the place. That's the left. That's not the right. They're already under major investigation. A lot of the people that you would traditionally say are on the left. We wouldn't celebrate if something happened on their side, and we don't. These are sick people. These are really deranged people.
They are deranged. Over the weekend, a young man, a supporter of all of this, arrested for destroying, or at least attempting to destroy, the Charlie Kirk Memorial right outside of Turning Point's headquarters in Phoenix. And good on the guy in blue for throwing him to the ground. It's vile. There he is getting arrested. You don't see this on the right. You don't see acts like this on the right. The right doesn't celebrate any death. And it doesn't destroy the country when it feels angry, usually over some misconception like the death of George Floyd. And we should be angry about Charlie Kirk's death, but you notice how nothing's burning down? The right doesn't hate the country. The right doesn't hate the country. The left absolutely hates the country, and the left has a political party that capitulates to it and panders to it constantly, and that's the biggest problem we have. And right now, those on the left, and there are millions of them in this country, are having a blast celebrating a ruthless assassination.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck.
I needed some good news today, damn it, and oh my God, thank you.
Charlie Kirk got shot and he's dead.
Did you see all that blood that came out of his body? It was like,
No, they hate themselves is the truth, so they pretend that they're happy right now. These are the people, though, who've made being anti-fascist their entire personality, right? That's them. Celebrating murder as a way of suppressing speech they don't like while screaming that they're anti-fascist. The irony of that is so thick. Their ignorance is boundless. These are the people constantly outraged by dumb Republicans, brainwashed by conservative media. Every narrative that they believe about Charlie Kirk to justify his killing, to justify laughing on the internet about it, is completely fraudulent. You can debunk them one by one by one by one. The assassination and also the response to it by millions on the left has led many to discover something else terrifying, that we are just surrounded by these awful people. They are everywhere. The United States and the broader West feels like it's coming to some sort of an inflection point. The subsection of society that wants to destroy our way of life has grown too large to ignore. To appease what must be their own guilt or their fury at a society that they can't fit into, they want to live in a borderless, lawless, godless, migrant-filled, crime-filled dumpster. That's their utopia. They want oppressive tyranny to get there, under their terms, while they scream anti-fascist. This is them. This is the ideology. A society where their orthodoxies cannot be questioned, because you're going to have a lot of questions as society falls apart. You can't talk about it. They'll just kill you, or they'll throw you in an internment camp. And they don't just hate us. They're happy to watch anybody who believes what Charlie Kirk believed die. Think about that. If you're loud on Facebook about what you believe, there's a cadre of people that follow you that would love to see you die. Watch this vile moment from a concert in Europe over the weekend.
I want to dedicate this next one to an absolute of a human being. The pronouns was, were. Because if you touch, you will get banned. Rest in Charlie Kirk.
You see the crowd? They just loved it. I mean, thousands of people cheering for that. That's in Amsterdam. Our society has been brainwashed. Elon tweeted this meme today. I thought it was actually perfect, if you can see it. Everyone's screaming that we're all Nazis. And then finally you get the guy at the bottom right saying, they're all Nazis, I got my gun. That's exactly what happened. Our political rhetoric has been taken to the absolute max by people that are very desperate for power. Democrats branding pretty much anybody tethered to Trump as a Nazi. They tell voters fascism is everywhere, and they scream Nazi for years and years and years. That's what you get. If we truly had a fascist dictator, assassinations would be one of the only logical next steps. The problem is we don't. And they're just inviting all of this death and chaos into a stable country, and they're doing it for political reasons. That's how awful they are. A recent study found nearly half of American liberals now think it's justified to kill Elon Musk. Think about that. 48% of people who identify as liberal could justify blowing Elon's head off, and 55%, more than half, could justify killing our President of the United States. This is what happens when you scream Nazi at every single thing you don't like. Most people are sheep. They're going to follow, they're going to listen, they're going to be susceptible to anything you tell them. That's them in the numbers right there. You scream Nazi, you scream fascist, they say Nazi, fascist. It's not organic, it's all based on lies. We've been manipulated. Our whole society has. The whole West has. And then it's manufactured further with prepaid outrage to enhance the indoctrination that they spread. They make this idea that everybody's really mad and society's tearing itself apart with these violent protests where a lot of people are just getting paid by dark money. Stephen Miller saying today the Trump administration is working to end that.
Organized doxing campaigns, the organized riots, the organized street violence, the organized campaigns of dehumanization, vilification, posting people's addresses, combining that with messaging that's designed to trigger and incite violence, and the actual organized cells that carry out and facilitate the violence. It is a vast domestic terror movement. And with God as my witness, we are going to use every resource we have at the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and throughout this government to identify, disrupt, dismantle, and destroy these networks and make America safe again for the American people. It will happen, and we will do it in Charlie's name.
That's where it all is, right? That's how this all happened. This has been manufactured in this country. Americans are nowhere near as radically left as we have become. We just aren't. That's not who this country is. It never has been. What the hell happened in the last 10 years? What happened? What happened to the Democrat Party? Where did it go? This is a coordinated campaign. It's being done by outside forces. It's driven by very wealthy people who have some interest, maybe many interests, in decimating the West, decimating capitalism, and destroying what makes the United States of America the United States of America. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.